fighters is a very rewarding endeavor, but it's also an inherently dangerous business. And I think if you talk to anybody that's flown fighters for any amount of time, they have a story of how they really scared themselves. And typically that story is going to revolve around weather and fuel. And I can tell you, luckily for me, it happened during my first assignment. The first time that I've scared myself with weather and fuel was on one of those days at Langley Air Force Base where the weather was about 400 feet. You popped in and you climb up to 40,000 feet and you're still in the weather. So I can circle around to get on final. I'm right at my divert fuel. So I start shooting my ILS. I look down, I've got all flags of my ILS not working. I try to transition to a PAR, not working. And so now I'm on my emergency divert profile, climbing up. I use like half my gas to get up to the appropriate altitude. Now I did manage to get there, but it certainly taught me a lesson that, hey, when there's weather out there, don't play with the gas because you never know what's going to go wrong.
One of my assignments, so we were on deployment in the North Arabian Sea. There was a sandstorm that was about 3/4 the size of the United States. So we brought all of our airplanes back, and I remember looking over my shoulder. I was standing on the aircraft carrier, so I was lucky because I didn't have to land on it. And I couldn't see the front of the ship. And we had about 20 airplanes that had to land. So as they're approaching the aircraft carrier, they're listening to me, telling them they're high, low, left, or right, but they can't see anything until about a second prior to touching down. They'd break out, see the aircraft carrier, and then stop.
I was very confident, very familiar with the area, so I pushed the fuel. Imagine that. Called back to base real quick and said, "Hey, I need to stay on station. There's no tanker. What's the weather look like?" I got it's good. Continue. So the bottom line is, I did what most guys would do, which is push it a little bit to accomplish the mission.
Well, I had a mentor one time tell me when I was a very young pilot, you can push the weather and you can push your fuel, but you can't push both. I've lived by that for 20 years.
Yeah. It normally only takes doing that one time before you learn the lesson of a lifetime.
Hey, I'm a Marine. It takes a couple of times.